Hey, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Actually, I know you guys are not doing well because I'm not doing well this morning. Absolutely gutted after last night, where Paris Saint-Germain run out 1-0 winners over Liverpool at Anfield. And of course, the tie goes to extra time. And penalties, which PSG obviously go on to win emphatically. But let's just kind of like call it what it is. I think both teams deserve to qualify. I'm sure if based on last week's performance in Paris, Paris would have a strong case to say they deserve to qualify. Based on tonight's performance, at least that first 90 minutes, I would say Liverpool absolutely deserve to go through. But you know what? That's football. That's how it is. Um, it does feel gutting, but when I look at that PSG side, I think that PSG side is gonna run through a couple of big teams this season. I really think they are the dark horses of this tournament, and I absolutely wish them the best. They play an exciting brand of football, an intense brand of football, football that I love seeing. They've got such exciting players that I never heard of before. Last week, Cavaskelia, Mendes, Donnarumma actually came, had a good reaction after last week's performance, and I think he got a lot of flack from their fans for last week's performance, which I thought was ridiculous. But be that as it may, he puts in a man of the match performance, and you know what? As we going into that penalty into extra time, and I was like, when I looked at our lineup to take penalties against Donnarumma, I was like, nah, I wasn't feeling it because I know how really good Donnarumma is in penalty shootouts. But you know what? We had our chances. I think when when we just started within the first 5 minutes, I think we had like two clear cut chances that Salah should have done a lot better with. But you know what? If butts and coconuts, these are all part of parcel of the thing. I think I think the overarching feeling for me this morning is obviously one of disappointment, but just pride. I absolutely compared to where we were last season, where we were in the Europa League, and we were not really doing that kind of great. To come in to be the league winners of the Champions League phase of the league phase to be the winners of that was a good achievement for us. I think if anything, you got some kind of financial remuneration. Hi. um, but it still sucks. I mean, look, I know Arne Slot still harpers on about the draw and all that. It doesn't matter, man. Like it's Champions League, you gotta play the best. It doesn't matter if you play them in the quarterfinal or in the final. You still gotta to be the best. You gotta beat the best, and we understand that. So I don't take that in as an excuse. I don't even take that excuse that Paris Saint Germain has got more money than us. We have the heritage. We played a final 2 seasons ago. We've played three finals in the last 8 years. So I don't want to hear anything about PSG's financial might or anything like that. So fucking what? So what? We just couldn't get it done on the day. We needed a result, any result for that matter, which meant we would have gone through. But fair play to PSG. They put their heart and their soul into it. I know both teams wanted it, and I could see that. Both teams played a really fantastic brand of football. I mean, in terms of spectacle, I think it delivered. I think this season Liverpool have delivered just about every match that they've played in. It's a football spectaculaire, as the French would say. But of course, we can look back over the game and I don't want to go when I do these match reviews. I tend to not go into the minutia of the details. I'm really just trying to kind of like see what we can get out of it and what were the main impact of the game on the rest of the season. So I think The bad news, yeah, of course, you're out of the Champions League, and I think if we had gone through, we would have had a difficult but achievable path through to the final. But you know, as it stands, none of that going to pass. But we do have a Carabao Cup final coming up this weekend, and you know what? What a great way just to kind of like take that moment to bounce back, to get over the disappointment. Of course, even before that, I was obviously very worried about the injuries that we kind of got. It looks like Trent's injury looks a little bit more serious than Konante's. So so hopefully we can have back. Um, you know, this was always my worry in throughout the whole season. Us not having the defensive cover. Our players are knackered. Our players are absolutely knackered, going in like this. So there's no point crying over spilled milk. We didn't sign anybody, come January, or even the beginning of the season. So we're gonna have to live with that. But I thought as a whole, I thought Liverpool's Champions League games were of a really, really high standard. And you know what? I mean, apart from not qualifying for the next round, I would certainly rate our campaign so far this season an 8 out of 10. Of course, it's not 10 out of 10. We didn't qualify, but I thought we did fantastic. Well, we beat the Spanish champions, we beat the English champions, we beat the German champions, we beat the Austrian champions. So there was a lot of big scalps. Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything with the French champions last night. But like I said already, they too deserve to go through. And again, all credit to PSG. They were fantastic over the two legs. They just had too much for Liverpool on the night. So, um, yeah. The other thing is that I hope that it doesn't happen, because I do think, I think Darwin played really, really well, and he was obviously a big threat for us through the game. People could miss a penalty, and it could happen to anybody. I did find though that our list of penalty takers were very, very weak, and that's obviously because of the amount of players that we had at the end. We just had to take off McAllister and Soboslai. I thought that those two were on. Probably Darwin Núñez doesn't get a penalty to take, but as it is, he was the second one to take the penalty. So you know what? Fair play to him if he stood up and said, "I want to take the penalty." Fair play to him. I'm not gonna hold that against him. People miss penalties. Curtis Jones missed a penalty as well, which I'm sure they feel really, really bad about. But I don't think we need to harp on too much about it. I'm super, super, super proud of the boys. They did fantastically well. My goodness me, what an enjoyable Champions League that it was this season. We go again next season, right? And I'm sure we're gonna do a lot better. We'll get some reinforcements. Because I genuinely think that Arne Slot has got a team that is going to just improve and improve over the next couple of years. We were very fortunate that we could come in and be where we are, considering that pretty much everybody wrote us off at the beginning of the season. So saying that we are gonna implode. It was going to be like Manchester United after Jurgen Klopp left. But, the club has shown, and the players have shown, that irrespective of who sits in the dugout, we all understand, and they all understand, what it means to play for Liverpool, what it means to play for our badge and for our fans. And so I am proud as punch. I am so proud of our team, and I I'm disappointed, of course, but there's this underlying sense of pride in me that doesn't make me feel like that's going to be the end of the world. And look, we understand as a fan, part of that baggage comes with social media and all the other things that are coming that way. Hey, I'm just saying, if you give it, you should be able to take it. I'm certainly one of those people who love fucking giving it to other fans. So, you know what? I need to hold that. and I do. So I think it is what it is, man. It is what it is. What you gonna do? But yeah, um, I'm looking forward to the Carabao Cup final this weekend. It's a day out in the Wembley. It's a time to get a little bit something off our mind. Of course, it's going to be another big challenge for us, another big test for us. It's important that we put in a good performance, and based on what we've seen the last 2 weeks, I certainly think that you know what we have a very good chance of retaining our Carabao Cup title. But anyway, it's going to be a nice evening out. Let's go out and enjoy it. We've still got the Premier League after that. I think after the Carabao Cup, we're going to have a bit of a 2 week break. So it would be nice to win that Carabao Cup, you know, so that we don't sit there and stew in self-pity of having gone out of 2 cups in the course of one week, which obviously it's a stark possibility and a stark reality for us, but you know I wouldn't want to do that. I want to just go and play that cup and fucking win it for us, for the fans, and so that Arne Slot can get his first trophy because he absolutely deserves it. Oh, if only that Kwanzaa header went in. What? How different this talk would have been this morning. But anyway, as it were, congratulations PSG. Good luck to everybody who's left in the competition. I don't give a fuck actually anymore. I hope the boys can take a bit of rest, recover, sleep, eat well, and get themselves ready for the Sunday, because it's going to be another cracker. We've got mad ballers against Newcastle United. So I'm looking forward to that, and yeah, it is what it is. So we're gonna go on to the next one. After the Carabao Cup, it's the Premier League after a couple of weeks, and then you know what, we're gonna go on towards our title. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Take care, and have a wonderful week, and I'll see you at the final. Take care.